Word.
Word.
Welcome to episode 102 of Peace Talk. This is a peace dealer. You already know what it is. We are on the triple digits of this series, and I'm overjoyed, especially because I got a super special guest, a super incredible guest, as you will get to see.
Um,
Shout out to Khalil Lewis, Wagwan. You already know what it is. Shout out to Empress Daisy. So please give a round of applause to our guest, Misha. How are you doing?
Hi guys, happy 420. Even though I don't smoke, I'm sending everyone love.
That's what's good. That's what's good. I noticed like every year 420 so far, um, I like don't smoke, which
Yeah, I don't
hurts me.
smoke.
It's
I
like
can't
the one day that's about smoking, I don't smoke. But even though that may not be true this year, we'll see. But
get it. I
who
can't
knows?
because I'm so sensitive. I would like disappear and then buy all the boxes of cereal and just be alone eating cereal. People be like, "Where's Misha?" It's not good.
You're looking swagadocious right
Thank
now.
you. I just got
Wow.
had to do it up for my YouTube people.
Could you it's 420, where's Wiz Khalifa at this amazing. Could you kind of put that closer to the camera and see the shiny part?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goddess. That's
You
amazing.
know,
Wow.
I live in New York, so people dress crazy out here.
Oh, word. Definitely one of
Love
the
it.
fashion centers. Where in New York are you at? What borough?
So I'm in
You at?
Astoria in Queens.
Queens.
I like, yep,
This
Queens
is
is
so
cool.
I grew up in Queens for 4 years. The first
Seriously?
4 years of my life. Yeah, my sisters were born in Jamaica, Queens, and Harlem. Then we moved to Jersey.
Oh wow, I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I keep it under wraps, but
Right, Capricorn Moon, secret, right? Secret.
where you
I'm
what?
an Aries Moon, so I'm like, we just say everything about ourselves. It's hilarious.
Yeah, would you mind sharing your sun, moon, and rising for those?
Yeah, so I'm a Capricorn Sun, Aries Moon, and Aquarius Rising.
Weird. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Yes.
Khalil loves your energy already, which is
Oh,
awesome.
thanks. Thank you. Sending you guys love.
So you're an Aquarius rising,
Hmm.
which get and you were born 1990, right?
1990.
So we're in the same soul group.
Yeah, we are. We are.
There's something y'all need to know about 1990. It's the greatest year ever. I don't know if
It really
people are
is.
aware. Like if you're born 1990, you're the greatest. It is what it is. Like
Like
it's
we're the oldest. We're like old souls, but we're like new souls. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, so
We
true.
are.
We're the only one with Neptune, Uranus, and Saturn in Capricorn, and you are actually a Capricorn with that in the
Yeah.
12th house of all
Yeah.
houses too. So what's that like? That's
Well, you've done my chart reading for me, and I'm gonna say I've known Mike for 4 years, just over 4 years, maybe, or under 4 years.
I think
And
so.
if you haven't gotten a chart reading from him, you need to, because you will understand so much more about yourself. It's like he just, from reading the chart, he gets it, and then that will give you such clarity. And you read my chart for me, and everything just made so much sense about what you said. And you sent this to me like probably like 4 years ago. But I remember you said something about how I feel from the deepest part of my soul, and
Mm.
that it's like people don't understand me because I'm literally that person that will, I'm so deep that it's like I feel alone down there or up there or wherever I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I say that I'm halfway between here and heaven because I'm like in an in between dimension where I feel so intense about everything. And so I've been very misunderstood my whole life. And it wasn't until I realized that I'm not really meant to be understood.
Mm.
That's when I came into my power.
The super goddess herself. There's a story I want to share
Hmm.
about Misha that is we'll talk about pretty soon when we bring up a very controversial topic. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely came at a time where the universe wanted me to learn that spiritual divine connections are real,
Mhm.
And there sometimes you have to surrender to what's unknown. And there's very few people in my life that have kind of showed me, whether directly or indirectly, that this is real. These divine
Right.
freaks are real, and you are
Right.
one of them, Misha. You are
Really
really one of them. So
crazy.
it's completely revolved around how we met. And I definitely can't wait to share that story, because I've said it before, but I don't think people know that it was you specifically I was referencing. So I'll definitely share that.
Share it.
Oh no, we will. See, I'm ruining that anticipation
You're
up a
like
little bit.
Capricorn moon. That's baby steps. Okay.
Yeah, see that as y'all going to see me a bit smitten in this, because every time I'm with Capricorn women, I just start to my mood starts to come out like, oh, I love this
That's
sun
so
moon.
crazy. Cause it's funny because I don't even really feel like I am Capricorn sometimes. Like there's a lot of me that feels like a Capricorn, but I really be resonating more with my Aquarius rising and my definitely my Aries moon.
That's good to know. That's
Yeah.
really good to know.
Like I don't even really read or watch or whatever the tarot stuff on Capricorn too much. It's more Aries for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So I mean, the 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 air. Would you feel that you're more masculine then with an Aries moon at your core?
Um, that's funny you say that because there's like I said, I'm so deep feeling. So there are and very passionate. The Aries moon is like extremely passionate. So that makes me with whatever I am, it's very intense. So like when it comes to like the feminine energy that I give off is very feminine energy. When it comes to the masculine energy, it's like very masculine energy. So when it comes to like expressing myself and career and stuff, that can be very masculine energy because I'm standing so much in my knowing. But then when it
Mhm.
comes to like the nurturing side of me, it's like very gushy and squishy and lovey dovey, you know?
And
It's
that's
like,
that's the 12th house part, huh?
yeah, I guess. I mean, you know my chart.
Yeah, well, see, and we're gonna get to that, but
Mhm.
before we do, could you speak briefly about your mixed heritage? I think that's also
Yeah.
really awesome.
So my dad, I'm from Vancouver Island, Canada.
Mhm.
My father is Chinese and my mother is white. She's born Vancouver
Oh,
Island.
wow, that's beautiful. Okay, so she's from Canada.
Yes, both of them are. Well, my dad moved to Canada when he was 13. And it's crazy because my Chinese side is very accepting, loving, nurturing, caring people. They don't have
Nice.
addiction problems. They're very about respect. And then same, that's like my dad. And then
Yeah.
my mom, the whole side of their family is like kind of messed up and has a lot of alcoholism. And like the family is just, it wasn't ever a unit. And you can see the difference in my parents. They're not together anymore, but they're very amazing people, very loving
Wow.
people. Mhm.
That's good. So you have a healthy connection with both of them.
I do, and it's crazy because I was born being extremely empath. And so I had that unworthiness wound from
Mhm.
the young age. And then being born into my family, I'm like an older soul than them.
Mm.
So I went my whole life with the Aries moon reacting and being angry and passionate because no one could
Yeah.
hear me or understand me. But now, as I've grown and I really understand myself, it's like I just know that I'm an older soul than them. And there's a lot of peace in that, understanding the connection now. There wasn't before for a long time. So,
No, that's beautiful.
mhm.
And I mean, you are living proof that thick Asians exist.
Thick exist.
Thick.
Woo!
Yeah, see, I've said this before, but I don't even know if you're aware, but I saw in a vision we're gonna have children, like this amazing Blasian children,
Somebody said little Tiger Woods out
little
of the
Tiger
sky.
Woods with thick lips like yours. I'm playing later on the game today. It's a wrap. But I have
That's
read
the
your
Gemini. You're Gemini.
that is
For
that's
sure.
why that's why I value, because your Gemini, your Aries moon help gets along with my Gemini sun. It's I mean it's not like other Capricorns. Um, can you turn
Don't
your
judge
mic?
my beverage. Huh?
Am I too loud? I don't know who
No.
you want the mic to. All right, cool, cool.
Okay.
Yes, Jupiter star, I'm macking. I'm ready to risk it all. I'm ready to risk it all today. It's all good. But yeah. I have read your chart, and if there's one thing I can most definitely confirm, that is you are an empath.
Word.
And you definitely, I don't even want to say, because I'm not gonna lie, I hate the term empath because
Right.
like twin flames, you hear people say I'm an empath, I'm an empath, and
Right.
I think people mistake sympathy for empathy. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Some people can feel feelings for, they can get that someone's feeling something, and they can feel something for someone, but
Right.
that's sympathy. It's not like really feeling what they're feeling. I think a lot of people who think they're empath, because everyone has empathic quality. Everyone can be empathic with someone. That
Right.
doesn't make you an empath.
Mhm.
So, could you explain what it means to be an empath, and how you've lived this?
Yeah, so actually, like, it's so crazy with all this energy going on, the planets moving and stuff, and the full moons, and um I've really connected to self. So on my spiritual journey, I've come to a place where I'm getting so much information. And we go to people for information, but if you're just in your knowing and really you meditate and you're quiet and you're in a very self-reflective place, you'll just get the downloads of information. Like, your spirit guides will be talking to you clearly. So I've got all this understanding of myself. My whole life this past couple months has been crazy in realizing about myself and my empath abilities. So since I was born, I was like super emotional, highly sensitive, and my family isn't. They're like 3D all the way, and I'm like
Right.
5D all the way. You know what I'm saying?
What's
So
their zodiac signs, if you know?
my dad's a Virgo, super solid guy,
Oh, nice.
amazing. My mom's a Libra. She's wild. She's wild. She's like the youngest soul in my family, my mom.
A word. Okay.
My older sister is a Pisces. And
Oh
my
yeah,
younger sister
sister.
is a Gemini.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Word. Pisces and Gemini.
Yeah, but the funny thing is my little sister, she's like not a regular Gemini. She's got Earth in her chart because she's really grounded and stable.
Cool.
And
Cool.
and then my older sister and me, we never got along. She's Pisces, and that was one thing as an empath. I had to heal that relationship to really come into my power. It's
Do
like
you
I
find
had
that?
to.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
I was going to ask, do you find that Pisces who are not conscious are very manipulative, or kind of like in the passive aggressive way? Is that what kind of got in the way?
I think it was probably because she's a Taurus moon, to be honest with you.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, and there was a lot of like
I love how
jealous.
you said that.
Yeah, it's like we just never got along. It's one of those like it was
Damn.
like and because I was reactive, right?
Mhm.
There was no peace in my life until as an empath I had to figure myself out.
Okay.
But the emotions were always so crazy. My life was always so chaotic, and the relationship between her and me, it was like oil and water. Like, I swear to you. And I actually carried um, a lot of physical pain in my body just from not healing that relationship between her and me. This was that I had a realization I'd come to later in my life. But as soon as I healed the relationship with my sister, my I had tendonitis in my wrist. It went away. It's like I had to release that energy from me. You
In
know?
your wrist?
Yeah, I had wrist tendonitis, like, bad, and I went to go see an energy healer. And she told me, she was like, you have a really bad relationship with your sister and you have to work on it. The minute that I really thought about us, I thought about our relationship, and I felt really bad about how we grew up. And I just realized that she's really an amazing person, and I'm different from her, but I don't have to dislike her. I had to
Interesting.
like honor her as who she is, and understand that she's not going to ever understand me just because I'm different. It's just how it goes. And then we healed, and it was like we became best friends overnight. It's really crazy. But then my
Wow,
tendonitis went away. Like, literally went away like that.
that's wild.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Now she's one of my best friends. She called me this morning. Like, we're really close. It's cool.
That's beautiful. That's
hmm
really beautiful. Um,
I don't think she's ever been manipulative though.
okay, cool, cool, cool. I've noticed it as more, not every Pisces, just like more the unconscious, like darker version of Pisces
Right.
or
The
water.
lower vibration of their sign.
There we go. Yeah, the lower.
Right. Yeah, she's not like, she's very 3D, but she's very caring and loving. I think that has a lot to do with my parents, to be honest with you too.
Mm.
Like the way that we grew up, and she's just very loving. She always wants to help people. You know, she's a really good person. So
And as a 12th house son, you would probably be a bit Piscean yourself.
yeah, I'm like extra loving, caring, nurturing. Like it's like I say that I have like a Mother Teresa type of love. Like I just want, there's so much love in me that it's like sometimes I'm like, ugh, like it's too much. It's like I just got to give all this love to something, and I had to figure out to give it to myself first, which took me a long time. And now
Yeah,
it's like, okay, I got enough love to give the world now.
that's beautiful. I mean, that's your aspects are one of the most well, incredible, and I'm definitely going to be very curious about them for a while because you're going through the Saturn return too, and now you have an ability to fully bring this through. 2020 is going to come around. Jupiter will be in your first, and oh, and I'm glad to share this with others about you. You are a very talented artist,
Thank
and
you.
yeah,
That's the other
um,
thing about empaths. We're like, we're extra talented people. You know,
yeah,
we really go for what we're good at. We're really good at. And that was one thing I had to understand. Like I was always, because we have that unworthiness wound, so we tend to strive to be the best at everything we do, even though we don't feel like we're the best. So
mm.
we tend to just be good at really everything that we put our minds to, you know. And
You have Chiron opposite your sun. That's not easy.
ugh, what does that mean? Because if it means that my life's always been hard, then I'm gonna agree with that.
I could be the Capricorn, but like our soul group has Chiron and Cancer opposite Saturn and Cap. So Chiron is that wound you're talking about, the unworthiness. It's like having to. I've suffered through it too. I just think it's way more direct for you. You know,
Mm.
it makes sense that you've gone through that. But could you give us like a checklist? Like, how do you know you're an empath? Does it also have to do with like feeling pain physically that others feel too?
um, I'm sometimes I feel people's pain. I think that what it is I just have this knowing about things. Like I've always been somebody that could sit and know what's going on with people based on having a conversation with them or just seeing their energy. It's like I can feel all their insecurities. I can feel the energy in the room so intense.
Hmm.
Um, and if you go your whole life with this without having this understanding, it's like so much energy, and we tend to manifest from that place. So if there's chaotic energy around us as empaths, we tend to manifest from that place, and it's like these tower moments all the time. Tower moment, tower moment, tower moment.
Yeah,
And like I said, it's just this knowing that I have, like that we're just different, and that we can sense things wrong with people without them even having to tell us.
cool.
Mhm.
That's what's up.
Mhm.
Without even a need for cards too.
Without even a need for the cards. Yeah.
You have to forgive me because you're talking and I'm just like figuring how am I going to ask her out? Like how am I going to make her my girlfriend now? This is damn it. Do I need to go to New York and
That cat moon, you're working on it. You're
yeah,
working on being vulnerable. Any
I'm
cat moons in
figuring
the
it out.
chat, this is where you're at, guys. You're learning to be a little vulnerable.
And that's what I
Healthy.
appreciate about you because like you don't you and when we're going to talk about twin flames, you
Yeah.
definitely had a connection with the special cat money yourself,
Mhm.
and you never failed to talk about the vulnerability that we have. In fact, it's always something I don't like to even like pretend
Hey,
exists, but you bring that awareness to it, so it's like
you want to know why though? Because I went my whole life being so reactive and emotional, and everybody always pointed it out to me. And they're like, "You're so
mm,
emotional. You're so emotional." But it's like I literally had to get to a point where I realized that I'm in a different dimension, and I can feel energy and emotion so intensely
yeah,
that I'm actually emotionally strong, because I'm able to deal with how I'm feeling right then and there and release it. And people who can't release, they stuff that energy down, right? And it's
mm,
like that's how you get sick. You know, if you're not transmuting the energy out of you. That's why I had tendonitis. That's why it stayed with me. It's all energy, right? We have to
mm,
release the energy. And as a Aries moon, let me tell you, it's been very easy for me to go through hard times and bounce back like it's nothing, because I just don't hold on to things. Like I just feel it and let it go and move on.
Mm,
And that's being emotionally strong,
yeah,
right? Being
yeah.
able to be vulnerable inside and out. And I don't care what you think about me. I'm gonna cry right here. I'm sad, and then I'm not sad after that, and then I want to go eat, and I'm happy. Like we just deal with stuff like that.
Oh, like feel okay instead of just like not acknowledge it and just like I'm not gonna feel that. I'm just gonna
Right.
like, go and detach because I can detach all day and just be like,
Right.
but
But doesn't that come back to bite you in the ass sometimes?
I don't like to admit it. I don't know. I
Right.
mean, we have our ways, but it can, like, the way I experience it, just kind of floods back pretty deeply.
Well, I
Um,
think that we're like completely the polarity, right? Like your Capricorn moon and my twin flame, same. Capricorn moon is like you guys are closed off, and
mhm.
then my Aries moon is like wide open. So it's like extreme polarity. The same thing with the empath thing. It's like it feels so deep. It's like black and white, like.
Yeah,
So I had to learn to balance my emotions in myself, and then you have to learn to open up to find the balance in your life, right?
yeah. And I love how naturally I can do that with you.
I have that effect on people. Not kidding. Just kidding.
But yeah, so could you speak about how long have you been an artist? What really got you into singing and
Yeah.
sharing your talents? What
So
new projects you got going on?
yeah. So my dad's Chinese, so we had a karaoke machine since I was born,
Oh,
and
no.
that was like honestly, I just feel like the universe, God, higher power, Allah, whatever you call him or her, placed me here with that purpose to make music, to create, to um, be singing and writing music, not even just for me but writing for people. And so ever since I was little, that's what I wanted to do. I was shining in that, and without having my parents and my family really understand that, they couldn't understand how bad I wanted to do that. And being from Vancouver Island, they don't even have a music industry there. So it was always like me watching the TV, seeing everyone pursuing their music dreams, and trying to explain this to my family and them not understanding.
Mhm.
um, but I did a lot of music. I did dancing. I opened for the Temptations when I was 16. I toured England. I sang in the
Wow,
Capitol
that's
Club.
amazing.
Yeah, like definitely done a lot. I've wrote a lot of music, and my whole journey has been me trying to fit in somewhere with the music stuff, right? Trying to find a team of people. And so I've moved all over the place, very chaotic energy, until I moved to Miami, and that's when I kind of met you. Um,
Nice.
and that's when I went through that other music stuff that happened, and how we met through the other girl. The
The other girl.
other girl, we're not gonna say her. I
Are you
stand on love.
comfortable with me mentioning her name?
Go, yeah, you can mention anyone's name you want.
All right, cool.
Mhm.
Would you say when around the time you met me was around the time you did you know your twin flame before then?
No.
It was around the time you met me.
It was like I met him 2 years ago.
Interesting. Very
There
interesting.
was like a few more things that the universe needed to teach me. I swear I met him right when I said that I just wanted peace in my life. I was like, I just want peace in my life, because there had been so much chaos, so much like hardship and bullshit that I had gone through, that I was like, I can't take anymore. I just want peace. I don't care where it is. I'm going to find it. And that's literally when the universe was like, okay, here's your twin flame. But not only that, I was born at 9:11 a.m. and he was born at 9:11 a.m. And that's the twin flame number. So it's like I have been placed on this planet knowing
Yeah,
that there's a bigger purpose for me.
that's wild.
Yeah.
That's super wild.
The synchronicities are crazy.
So, now let's get more into Fields with Mish.
Yeah.
I think your growth has been amazing. Like
Thank
you're
you.
not only like talented, and you put in that work in the studio, you got some stuff cooking up.
Yeah.
but it's like you're now sharing these 12 house gifts for the community. And what really inspired you to start reading tarot and coming into this?
Well, I started watching the tarot stuff. It gets very addicting. I'm not gonna lie. There's some great readers out there, and like I said, with this knowing of like being able to just see what's going on with people without them even telling me, you just get good with the energy because it's all energy, right? And so I picked up some cards, and turns out I'm like good at it. I don't read exactly from the card. I read from the energy and how I'm feeling based on
Mm,
the card. And like I said, I don't really need the cards, but it's a lot of fun. Like I find enjoyment in that.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a reading from you very recently,
Mhm.
and I was a little mad too. Like the cards you pulled were great, and then you interpreted that last part. I was like, oh, you talking about my vulnerabilities again?
Hey, because this is the other thing. I'm not just going to read the cards for you. I feel like my purpose being a twin flame and empath and all that is that I'm here to help and guide people in their healing and ascending to become the best version of who they are, awaken to their divinity. And there's blockages that we all have, right? That's keeping us from achieving that. And that was just one thing that I had mentioned to you before, remember? Just
Yep.
knowing your Capricorn moon. So this is a knowing, and that came out in the cards. Like they just clarified.
I'm gonna be putting your Instagram in the description link below right now for someone who asked.
Thank you.
It's Misha World. Check her out.
Love you guys.
Um, Other than that, you know, I'm just gonna be honest. You're gonna have to tell your twin flame that you're fine. Like, he's. I know y'all have your
You're
thing.
Bay now, huh?
Yes, yes, I'm Bay. I'm Bay 7.0.
He's off with his karmic right now, learning lessons. So,
Yeah.
hmm
And I mean, that's why I want to tell this twin flame story right now. I've never really told this twin flame story like this with you present, because this makes full perspective. But before we get there,
hmm
um, I love how you are confident in your ability, because a lot of people use the cards as a crutch,
right.
and you're already starting off not needing it. So definitely hit her up for a reading. We're going to do a sample reading, and you'll find that she's nice with it. She's definitely nice with it.
Yeah.
But oh, go
Sorry.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I know that, like I said, it's the empath and that psychic thing. We all have it. We all have these abilities, and we're so distracted all the time, right? There's stimulation everywhere. Like we can't go anywhere without being stimulated mentally. Like what we see and Instagram, our phone, like the
Mhm.
noises outside. And I really, really went through my awakening. I had to bury myself in my room and not
Yeah.
talk to anybody for a long time and connect with myself. And we all have these abilities. So if you want to really come into who you are and your divinity, I encourage those to just shut off from the world sometimes, and you'll find the inner voice. It's like so loud. Your higher self, you'll open up to your higher self, because we have our logical mind, and my logical mind was where the chaos was in my life. Once I went through my awakening, which my twin flame actually triggered my awakening, that's how it goes. Um,
Wow.
my higher mind is loud and clear now. I still have that logical mind talking sometimes, but
Yeah.
I tell it to shut up because that's the insecurity and the fear talking. That's the 3D world talking.
And you're familiar with Nelia Guerrero, right?
Love her.
Okay, so I'm getting into this twin flame because you're talking.
Love her.
And I've actually interviewed her too. We
For
talked about
real?
some twin flames. So you talked about the logical mind, and for so long, I was very skeptical about twin flames. Like I just didn't believe it was that exact. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt, Misha, you are the reason why I believe in twin flames. Like
Wow.
100%. You're one of the reasons why, like, I can't deny it, even if I want to
Yeah.
deny it.
You can't.
It's
There's
very
the synchronicities are just
out of
crazy.
this world,
Like
out of
like
this
to a T, take
world.
the day. to
I
the time
mean,
11/11, like you don't even, it's too much. Like, not too much. It's like the minute you lose faith in the journey, like Archangel Michael, who's the leader of the Twin Flames, he will poke you in the ass. Like, nah, get your life. You're a twin flame. You have bigger purpose. And that's why, like, I know there's a lot of oversaturation. There's a lot of codependency that I'm seeing. And it's like the dark is trying to overshadow the light, right?
it's trying to take that beautiful concept so people won't really get the true essence of it. I totally
Right.
agree. And I think the best thing that you just said right now is like you can tell who's an original twin flame and who's like part of the real group, because someone who isn't will say I have a twin flame or they're my twin flame, versus someone who is original, they know they are a twin flame. Like I know I am a twin flame, you know what I
So
mean?
true that you just said that. Yes. Yes. Because there's a lot of people that just pop up in my life and they're like, I really want to meet my twin flame out of nowhere. And I'm looking at them like, oh my gosh, like, no, you don't. Like, you're not even, and I hate to say it, but like I said, I wanted peace in my life. Like, you literally have to be at a place where Archangel Michael or whatever team up there is working for the Twin Flames is going to bring that person into your life. And knowing that I was chosen, like, I'm not just a random person being like, oh, I want a twin flame. It's like the
Yeah.
synchronicities are too crazy.
And it's a very difficult journey. So I love your story because you know it's very fundamental. I'm pretty sure this twin flame of yours is an Aries with a Cap moon, just like you're an Aries moon with a Cap
Yes.
sun. And I didn't know this, but you're both born the same time.
Archangel Michael's twin flame number is 9/11 and
Is that
11/11.
so?
Mhm.
Wow.
And we're both born at that same time.
Well, that's very interesting and revealing. But I mean, that it's synchron. It's like coincidences like that that make it really hard to, deny. And it's really interesting to experience the sun moon fusion and union.
It's
Um,
crazy.
I think it's great because like you've actually had actual contact with your twin flame. I think what's been very difficult for me is that uh, my
When
twin
I talk to you
flame,
about it.
my twin flame done blocked my ass for being quite annoying, and
That
it
is
was so.
that happens.
I mean, if a Capricorn doesn't block you, it's not real anyway. So I get that, but
I don't really block people. Like I said, I resonate more with my Aries moon though.
no, yeah, and that's why I appreciate you. And so, okay, this is where we get to the tea. This is where we get to the tea. So,
I like the
uh,
tea.
this is it was so hard. I was ready to kind of like dismiss that this specific particular woman was my twin flame, and it makes me vulnerable because I don't even still like to admit it. It's just kind of hard to. Even recently, very recently, Nalia had done this post about, hey, that person that you think about every day and you can't stop feeling about, they're the one. And I was like, ha, I wish that was the case. And she was like, nah, it may not seem like that, but hey, what's this person's name, by the way? And I message her the name, and I'm like, yeah, I'm clearly just attached to her. Like, I'm letting go of this. It's not, I think I'm mistaken. And she responds before she even saw the name that I posted. She's like, whoa, it's her. Like, I saw her name everywhere. And then I saw your message, and then I asked my angels, and I got that this person's your twin flame. And the normal person, and she's like, I'm happy for you. And I was like, fuck. What do you mean? Like,
Right. Well,
I'm
that's the
ready to
thing.
move on.
Your sign is so detached. Like, you're Gemini. Sorry,
Yeah.
you're Gemini with the cat moon. Like you said, like, you're detached. So for you to have someone in mind like that and feel like it's just you being attached, like, that has to be your twin. Like,
It's crazy. Like, I felt feelings I didn't know were possible and
right.
synchronous. So I was waiting for Nalia to be like, yeah, no, it's not her. Only for her to be like, no, it is. And it almost forced me. So this was like a few weeks ago. So let's bring this back to the beginning. So
Bring it back.
my dumbass, I think around like 2014, I sent her like the stupidest message ever. I'm being totally Gemini. Um, she's also a Capricorn, right?
Mhm. I remember she
So,
had the same birthday as me, right?
oh, see, hold on. I
I
want to.
remember.
Okay, you got right. Okay, so I wanted to keep this a surprise, but like,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
I actually know her ex, and I know her former roommate. Like, we've shot a video. He shot a video for me, so I know some of her mutual friends. I gave her like the dumbest message, like the stupid. I mean, I still think it's funny as a Gemini. I just didn't. I forgot that she probably took it totally serious. She has a bunch of people probably sending her weird messages. I sent her this stupid message, and then I attach a Pokemon card saying, "Will you marry me?" Just probably expecting her to be like, "Ha ha ha, you're so corny. That was not funny." I was no, did
You
not
don't know
happen.
her chart, do you?
Well, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that.
Oh,
This
my bad. My
this
bad. My
this
bad.
is where the plot
Spoiling. I'm
thickens.
spoiling it. Okay.
No, it's all good because for the longest time I thought she was born 91. So I thought
Oh,
that she had a Virgo moon like this whole for a long time. So regardless though, you know, I'm still trying to talk to her. This is back before I processed my wounds and I felt like I needed validation. So I'm trying to maybe if I message her again, she'll like say something back to me. And she was not feeling that. She was like, "Could you stop messaging me?"
oh
And
wow.
my heart was like, boof. And then, of course, one day she accidentally presses the thumbs up button. And so I'm thinking, oh, okay, she wants to talk.
Like, oh, my heart stopped.
Not knowing that it was an accident, like, oh no, this creep thinks that I want to talk to him. And then I put a peace sign back and she just blocks me. And then I keep trying to reach out to her over and over, even to apologize about how things went down. To this day, she's just like, "You're kindly fuck off, like screw you, get away from me," which hurts so
Hater.
much. Well, see, that's what hurt the most about it, because you know me, I'm detached. Like the
Right.
last thing I care about is I want to move on. I'm trying to be sometimes Gemini in a sense to like talk to other people, but I always get pulled back to her. It's ridiculous. And so the way I met you, of course, was through Shauna Gold. She's on Instagram as Shauna Gold. And I asked her if she wanted an astrology reading. And the peculiar part about that time was this was when I was like, screw this twin flame shit. I don't care about this. Like, I clearly have more work to do myself. Like, I don't believe this. I'm totally letting this go, even though I feel like a connection to this woman that I didn't think was possible.
Mhm.
Um, Her name's actually Victoria, and it's crazy because before her, I was strongly attached to this Sagittarius woman named Victoria. So I thought that was weird.
Mhm.
And I was just like, nah, this is in my imagination, because I thought I would never meet this pattern of being attached to women didn't start with her. I'm gonna end it with her. I mean, it's
Right.
just my imagination, you know what I'm saying? So Shauna was like, "Oh, hey, could you also read the chart of my best friend? Like, I definitely want you to read her chart, right?" Like, right, and I was like, "Oh, nice, this is dope." Like, okay, get to know new people, can move on from this. Right as I'm like, "Screw this," I see your chart, and I see that you have the exact same birthday as her,
Wow.
and
Synchronicities.
not only the exact same birthday, but the birthplace that you have was
It's the
Victoria,
same name.
the same name. It's like it was the hugest slap in the face, and I was just like, "What
I'm
do
like,
I
why are
do?"
you doing this to me? I can't take anymore.
It's wild. It's super wild, and that's why I'm really grateful for you too, because it's like you literally have it's not even so that you have the same energy as her. I'm sure you have different rising signs, but
Right.
born the same year, born the same soul group. It's almost as if like sometimes I like to see it as like, a door may close, but another door may open. We gonna have these kids, Misha, but it's
Hey, I need my papers. I need a green card, so
hey, oh, hey, oh, maybe that's our karmic contract. Yeah, I don't know. energy, even in her life where it's completely shutting me out. Because the other side of this is, in the oh, the chat got disconnected. The other side of this is like in the long run, there's not. If you look at it objectively, like I've never disrespectfully approached this woman. I've never sent her dick pics. I've never talked to her
You didn't
meanly.
Twitter, you just triggered her.
Yeah, hard. And I'm constantly wonder how maybe she may feel. I know I have a lot to growing into my Capricorn mood
Yes.
and being more mature myself.
Yes.
But it's definitely fascinating. Even now, like I'm not in a position where I even want to admit that she's my twin flame. I just know that, we have a very significant connection and, these synchronicities I still get every day. It's a little bit painful though, because this is someone who's shut me off. So I don't have that. I know I'm going to work on letting it go though, but
Yeah, you have to.
yeah,
That is how you know when you're on the twin flame journey is you have to recognize when your codependency with this person that is going to mirror back to you times a million.
yeah,
And like me being an empath, right? It's like I had that anxious codependency and he has fearful codependency. We're complete polar opposite, right? We're a complete mere reflection of each other. So he runs and I smother, and I had to, now that I'm standing in my power, especially with this last full moon last night, I
yeah.
felt the energy shift and I just became so at peace with where I'm at. And I send him so much love, and it's like I've detached from him, needing him to be in my life.
That's beautiful.
He always comes back. They always come back because
Please come back. Wow.
they always come back. And the crazy thing is like knowing that I am the light in his life. Like I literally, he's surrounded by darkness.
Damn.
Twin flames were born in such difficult situations. We're born in difficult um, family dynamic, and his dynamic is completely different from mine. He wasn't even raised with love. So he
Damn.
has all this narcissism and
That's
he's been in survival mode since he was born, right? And I was the opposite. I had a loving childhood, yet I had the unworthiness. We both have the unworthiness, but
Is he also born 1990?
he's born 1990.
Wow.
Yep.
That's wild. That's the
Yep.
same soul group. Same soul group. That's
He is
amazing.
he is like he's a master manifester. He's like a king of the 3D realm. I am like a master spiritual, It's like we're so opposite. And um he started working on himself. He's not awake yet, but he's gonna come around because I'm working on my music and I'm about to take off, and that's gonna really trigger him into his awakening. You know,
That's beautiful. And I mean that's something that's interesting. Like you are talking about the same soul or the same essence in a different masculine expression. So what happens to you does affect him.
100%. He always comes back. Every time he comes back, he's worked more on himself. Like since I met him, I told him that there was so much darkness around him. I was like, you have a lot of dark energy around you. And
Yeah.
a year later, he came back. He'd cut off all his friends that were talking about me in his ear. Oh, she's this, she's that. It's because they're all very low vibrational people, right? And he has a higher vibration than them. Yet he keeps himself in that around them, right? And I went since he met me. I've been high vibe. I'm a very high vibrational person. Empaths, light workers, twin flames, we're all born in that in dimension, like above the 3D realm. Like we're born with higher vibration than most people. So we get picked on, gang stalked. We get, it's a spiritual attack against us since we're born, just because we're born with a higher vibration, with the light, right? So we walk around with this light, and the twin flame is attracted. He was so like drawn to me, yet so terrified of me because he never
Mm.
experienced love in his life. So you meet Mother Teresa and you're like, oh my gosh, like what is this love? Like it's terrifying to him, right?
Yeah. Especially as an Aries. Especially as an Aries.
Oh, he wants to be in control with everything. He's a master manipulator.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful though. I mean, it's That's why I really appreciate your story, because it's definitely more fundamental. It makes more sense. Sometimes I can get in my head like, okay, wouldn't my twin flame have a Gemini moon, a cap of the Gem moon? But I learned not to really see it too logical like that. Cause
Right.
yeah, and okay, so um, one thing that I really enjoyed about this process, I really gained peace. I really accepted that if I never connect with this woman in my life, I'm so grateful for the indirect effect that I've
Right.
had. Like I've learned so much indirectly from her, and from this connection, that if even if I never connect, like even now that I've acknowledged that we have this twin flame connection, I still won't put that label on her. Like it's really allowed me to drop labels and just be like, this is something that I can't deny. I have to acknowledge, and that was the hardest part, like acknowledging that this connection is real, because I wanted to run away for so long. Even though I was chasing, I was still running from,
That's you're running from yourself.
yeah,
That's
and
exactly what
feeling
it
those
is.
deep feelings like that with with Capricorn women and Earth sign women in general, but especially Capricorn women. I've always felt this inexplicable connection. It's like I'm forced to feel deeper than I've ever felt, and that's why
Right.
always
Right.
I'll always love you, goat. I'll always love you.
Right.
It's crazy. I've even had some in altercations with some Cap women who were distrustworthy, and really helped me not to trust. So I value you because I can actually trust you. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
it's very important.
Well, there's
But
like the lower vibration of each sign and then the higher vibration, right? And I think
yeah,
that when we can understand the lower vibration, the negative aspects of our sign, we can heal that because there was a
well,
lot of
I'm gonna
things.
interrupt you here.
Yeah.
It's not because of the cap. This particular cap had a Cancer moon. No shade, Cancer, but it was totally
Oh, she was clawing at you. She was like,
yeah.
not
No,
her.
she played me
Crabs
like
don't make noise like that.
she was born 1992. She's also in our zodiac,
Oh,
so we definitely had a connection. But she it was more of a where it wasn't nothing romantic too, but it
I
taught
mean,
me
how does
to.
the, because sorry to interrupt you, because you didn't have direct, like, you didn't have a real physical conversation or anything with this person. So, like, I want to know what that, just seeing someone's photo and like this knowing, because
Oh,
for
okay.
you, because for me, like when I met him, it was like this knowing of like, whoa,
In person,
in person when I met
and
him.
you
I met
felt
him
the
in person.
vibe. That's amazing.
He
No,
was like,
I'm.
what's your number? I'm like, you know? And he like kept trying, and I'm like, who is this guy? Like, what the hell? Get
Oh my
away. And
god.
then it was like, the energy was too crazy.
So the Cancer Moon, I actually met in person. I met through a
Oh, okay.
Scorpio, yeah. But no, you're right. You're totally right. Because that was what was so hard for me to accept. It's like I've never even met her. Like I've never. This is weird. Like,
Right.
and I know on her end it's weird too. Like, how can he feel all of these things and he's never met me? You know what I mean? So I got that. But oh my goodness, like I mean, it's the synchronicities were so powerful. They affected other people's lives. Like they were
And
so.
that's what it does. Twin flames, when they come together, they affect everybody's life around them. That's the mission, is to be the high vibrational love, to come together with like healthy, positive, high vibrational like energy between you and this other person. And you're supposed to be an example for people around you. So you're bringing up all the anger and hate and insecurity and low vibes around the people that are around you too when you're together. And
So
that's
like, and that's what.
what it's like, you know, you being with this other person triggers the insecurities in other people
Yeah.
because they want that. That's why twin flames, real twin flames, are very, very quiet about this journey.
True, true.
Because it's
It's
like,
intense.
it's, you're protecting the union between us, you know. It's, I think that that's like something in the ethers that they do. The team up there is like really protecting the true twin flames
Yeah.
and not putting them out there for everybody to know, you know, because we they don't want us to be together. Like,
Yeah,
spiritual
there's
attack.
so much interference. And I will say, to answer your question, like we do have this Neptune connection, and that really helped. And I can understand now, because going through this helped me understand and own up to my psychic ability like never before. Cause it's like with the son that y'all have, I was aware of what I have inside, and
Right.
it was very haunting. It's like I can decide to like let her go, and even though I have never met her, she will still show up in my life.
Always.
Like I will even though I was blocked, right? And I couldn't see any pictures per se, she'll show up on someone else's timeline.
Mm.
Weird stuff like that. The name would show up. I literally it happened to me yesterday. It
For
happened.
real?
I walked into the
And
taco shop and I'm like, specifically after I'm literally trying to like think about someone else,
yeah.
and in the radio, they say the name Victoria, Victoria, like in this Mexican grill restaurant. And it makes me question my sanity because it's like, how much am I just like looking into this versus how much? And I don't want anyone to watch it. See, the Gemini me is like, I don't want anyone to watch this and be like, oh, he has a twin flame. Like, no, your homeboy is still open on the market. Like,
It's like I'm
Bay
single
3.
over here, ladies.
Bay 3.0 is still open. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what
Could
it
meet
is.
a soulmate. You know, there's different connections that you never know who you're gonna meet tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like I made acceptance like just because I have this twin flame connection doesn't mean that we're meant to even be married in this lifetime.
Right.
Doesn't mean
Mhm.
maybe I was just meant to learn this lesson and then move on and maybe be with, and that's one thing that I'm realizing too. It's like maybe like if the way I know I graduated from this is if I'm not even with a soulmate, I'm not going to be like, oh, she's not my soulmate or oh, she's not my twin flame. I'm
Right.
going to see it as this is what I'm meant to work, who I'm meant to work with right now. I'm going to honor her for who she is. You know what I mean? And I wasn't always like that. I felt like, oh, if it's not my twin flame, it's not my soulmate, then it's
Well,
just
that's the realization you have to come into as the twin with the twin flame journeys. That's why there's so much negative stuff. That's why it's so codependent, right? Because there's always a reading for somebody to be like, "What is my DM up to?" Or and the journey, like you said, that's the low vibration of the journey. But the high vibration is when you really work on yourself, even if you're not a true twin flame, whatever label, concept, idea you want to call yourself. If you have focused your energy back on self and detached from that other person, which is the whole twin flame, the idea and the template of the twin flame, then that's positive. Then that's the positive aspect of the twin flame journey. And that's exactly what you're doing is you're coming to that understanding of like, I don't need this person in my life necessarily, to be happy. I found the happiness on my own.
yeah. It took a while to get there, and
Trust me.
to add on to what Starhawk said, a very powerful way I was able to connect without seeing her physically was through dreams. Like she would just show up vividly in like
The
certain
dreams are
dreams.
crazy.
Yes.
I get answers in my dream. Like I'm so connected to self that like I saw him being deceptive in the dream, exactly what happened, and then it was confirmed like a week later.
Wow.
Exactly what happened. That's how crazy this whole journey is. It's like there's no way you can deny it. There's just no way.
It's hard to deny, and it's just this full body inner knowing that it's like this is it. Like,
Is it?
but the thing that makes me the reason why I still back off on that is because like I've been wrong before. Even though it all connects. Like I know before even both Victorias, there have been women where I was like, "Oh, you're the one. I'll never love anyone like you ever
I'm
again."
never gonna love again. It's you, baby. You're the
And the
one.
and the reason why I can manifest synchronicity so well is because if anyone has Venus in the 12th, you can literally have a whole relationship without being physically with them. It's
Wow.
that magical. Like a lot of it is simulated and a lot of it is through illusion and fantasy, but you're still connecting directly to the essence, and it's wild. It got toxic though, so I had to like
Yeah.
backtrack because it's the
Right.
12th house thing too, but I'm so grateful for like even though I technically haven't been fulfilled, I haven't met this person. This person probably still thinks that I'm a super weird creeper who has mental issues, but I'm
No,
still
you
very
triggered her, so there's something. Otherwise, she wouldn't have even paid any mind to you.
oh, thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
I've kind of felt that.
But this is
I
the thing, and I'm so sorry I just interrupted you. Like, the weird thing is like when you meet your twin flame, a lot of us don't know each other at all. Like I don't
Yeah.
know my twin. We haven't hung out. Like we've barely hung out. We've hung out and it's the energy's so crazy and it's like you just know each other even though we barely have hung out. It's the weirdest. I can't even explain
It's
it.
because we have to finish our Saturn return. So it's like now that we remember we have our whole lives ahead of us. So I
Right.
completely forgot that. But you know what? Let's watch this right now. Let's pull cards on this. I'll pull cards with you and
Ah!
your Aries.
Okay.
I always had the feel because I get messages that's like, oh, they're putting on a front. Like they may act like they're triggered, but they're hiding the feelings that they
So what
have.
am I pulling cards for? Is there anyone in the live feed that wants, about the twin flame stuff?
Well, we'll do that. We'll pull cards for all the signs, but how about you pull like a couple cards about my twin flame situation,
Oh shit. Okay.
and then I'll pull cards about your twin flame
So
situation.
Victoria. Please connect me to Victoria's energy. Where is Victoria? What is Victoria up to at this present moment?
This is wild because like this might be the most accurate one since both of you have the most aligned
Mm.
energy. It's like I'm really
My
getting it.
roommate is a January 4th or 2. We have the same birthday. We're like
Damn.
he's my like soul sister. Yeah. It's so crazy because he has a Cancer moon. He has a Cancer moon.
Damn.
Triple
Okay, Capricorn
Cancer
Cancer
moon.
Moon.
What's going on right
Interesting.
now? I should talk
Is
to him. He probably connect more with Victoria than anyways.
is he 93 or 89 or what?
I think he's 88, maybe.
88. Okay. No, please.
All right. So Victoria's energy. Like, you know what? I intuitively like. She's like very got a lot of insecurity, though she comes off very confident. I think it's like kind of this, self worth. Obviously, we have that unworthiness wound, but it's when you're in the low vibration, the people around you are in the low vibe, and you're trying to attach your happiness to like how you look.
Mm.
Um, you're gonna like run from somebody who's really grounded, right? Because your energy is very up in the sky. You wanna.
Plus, the way I came off was very weird. So I get that.
Oh, what? Okay. All right. So the overall energy, Nine of Pentacles reversed though. This is her energy. She's not in her power.
Oh, you be
Like
using
it's like
reversals too. Nice.
I mean, I don't always, but I'm in this sense I do because I mean she's got the Empress here though. So that's telling you like that's your boo boo. Quite possibly your boo boo.
You're. This is the third time the Empress was pulled in that sense too, saying like, yeah, she's your Empress. Damn it.
Your King of Wands. That's your energy, the King of Wands there.
All right.
What I'm getting though, and we have the King of Pentacles, not King of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. So, okay, this is intuitively what I'm getting. She's not ready for the type of relationship that she could have with you. It's like she needs to come into her Empress energy. She needs to come into her Nine of Pentacles. When you're surrounded by the low vibration, like this Knave of Pentacles here, the Page of Pentacles, when you have those type of people around you, they keep you back from really standing into your power. They don't want you to level up, right? And I think like intuitively in the industry that she's in and what she's trying to do, it's all about self-image and
Okay.
um, people can get really lost in that, and
Yeah.
that keeps them from being in their power because they attach their success and happiness to what other people think about them, right?
Damn.
And I think with that Cancer moon, that can also
She has an Aries moon.
oh, she has the Aries moon too.
Well,
Stop,
okay.
Tracy.
No, the Cancer moon Capricorn was just this one woman. Because I
Oh,
was just talking about how I've met Capricorns, some Capricorns that have deceived me, but every Capricorn I have a deep connection with. But yeah,
so she has the Aries moon too.
yeah, well, Victoria,
Almost same chart as me. Wow.
the same, well, yeah, just probably different rising sign. I don't know her time, bro.
Wow. Yeah. So yeah, it's especially, I don't know, I think you told me she lives in Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah, this the thing is like you're in that low vibration of your the unworthiness wound, and it's like you're super spiritually awoke, right? You're really in your power, and that could spark an awakening in her, seeing where you're at. And
true,
that's really what it is like we have to mirror back to them what they have to work on. And
true.
being around these people that can't really offer anything, even if they're people that have a lot of money, they could have a lot of money, they could be looking good in their life, but they're really not offering much stability in the love department, right?
Yeah,
And like you and me, we're standing in our power. We have to attract what we're ready for. And if they're not ready, they're in the reversal of the Nine of Pentacles here. I know I'm here. I'm
yep,
attracting that abundance, right?
yeah.
And you're here too. You're literally in your power. I've told you this the other day. You're really pursuing mission. And that's what we have to do, is pursue mission for them to come back and be in their power. They're not in their power. So
That's interesting.
I think that it's just
Your
one of those.
twin flame and my twin flame.
Listen, my twin flame he feels so unworthy.
As a masculine, I feel that it's real. Like I feel, even though I've broken through that, and I've literally gotten to a place to be like, I know I'm worthy of love. There's still unworthiness, so I totally resonate,
Yeah,
especially
and
with Cameron.
especially with me, I know I'm hella intimidating. Like I've intimidated him since the day he met me. I told him that his friends were using him
Wow.
and that he chose them over me, and because they didn't like me.
Yeah.
And then he ended up coming back after he cut them all off because he saw that I was right. Like it's just they don't feel good about themselves. They keep themselves in the low vibration, but there has to be some major like thing that happens in their life almost for them to wake up.
So, but could you explain the Empress again? I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, so the Empress is like she's an all-around woman. This is the twin flame feminine energy here. So
So
this
that
is
was
the
confirmation. Damn. Word.
confirmation. Empress and the Emperor. And my twin flame, this is so crazy because my twin flame is like not about the cards or anything. Like he
Likewise.
is not he's not spiritual at all.
Likewise.
And
Today.
we were eating like in the beginning of March. We went out. Well, he came here. We went out to eat, and then he was like, "I was like, you're like a king. You have to teach yourself how to love yourself because you weren't raised with love, and if you're not taught how to love yourself by your parents, then you have to teach yourself how to love yourself." And I was like, "You're a king," and he's like, "I'm like, and I'm a queen," and he's like, "You're like an empress," and I was like, how do you even know about an Empress? That's like the twin flame card, Empress. So there you go, confirmation. Your twin flame is here to speak.
And that's the thing, like just accepting, that was the hardest thing to do, to accept that we are that to each other. Because, like I've never met her. I totally felt like this was in my head. But I really feel like you and I connecting are helping our connections.
Right.
It's almost like the parallel that we were supposed to have with them, that we can still confer energy, which is so amazing.
So true.
So I want to read your reading because this is beautiful. Um, we have the Six of Cups, which is
Oh,
literally this is the soulmate card. It's like and I do believe that twin flames are soulmates. By the way,
right.
like
Yeah.
they're just the ultimate version of soulmates. So both of you have this very pure connection. You go way back. But oh my goodness, I need to show you this. I know y'all got that pure connection. We still gonna have our babies though. Like just like
Right.
but yeah, this is I'm actually really astounded because
Uh oh.
I'm just gonna show you the spread right here.
Hold on. My phone is acting up. You still
Mm.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hold on.
That's straight interference. Right what I
I
was
know
about to
they
say.
don't want me. They don't want me to hear this. Hold on. I gotta plug my phone in. That's why. All right. Okay, I can hear you. Can you see me? Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Perfect.
All
Oh,
right.
that's a whole reading you're doing for me right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wanted to pull a few, but they just kept coming out. So I started with this, which is you. You know what I mean? The Hermit, your 12th house, but you're stepping into the Queen of Swords because you're
Mhm.
progressed Aquarius, right? But then I get him coming through, and it's literally like out of nowhere, he's ready, and he like literally, this is him traveling to you, right? The Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, which is just like a message
That
of
tower moment was real, though. I'm not gonna lie. The tower
yeah.
moments in the twin flame journey, you feel like you're mourning a death. It is the most pain you're gonna experience is from your twin.
But you know what? In this case, this is a good tower moment. This is literally like sparking the new because we have marriage here for both of you, the Hierophant and the Lovers card, and it's like I think you've had to hold in that anxiety from dealing with the separation, and
Mm.
he's finally being kind of drawn towards that, not the anxiety but like towards the connection. Almost get the sense that it's
The
time.
sun card.
And the Magician, and it makes sense because like the sun is on Uranus right now, so
Right.
people all around the world are going to be in positions to finally connect with their sacred partners. It's just going to kind of happen. Once again, like I'm taking this no expectation. I truly believe that even though you pulled those cards, like you said, she may not be ready to handle this. Even though I see her as a very capable woman, I'm totally fine if we're just friends. I'm totally fine if I never see her a day in my life. Like I've resolved that,
Right.
and that has for any of you going through this twin flame journey, or you're dealing with someone who and that's something with a lot of the consultations I've had, people just having to deal with these one-sided connections. It
Yeah.
is definitely possible to come at peace with this, and ever
Yeah.
since I have, like, I've really truly been happy. Like I've been able to process that energy. I feel like I lived multiple lives in one and like
Right.
I'm ready
That's
to keep it
crazy.
moving.
Well, you
It's,
can imagine like the pain that I experienced as that like highly sensitive empath. It's like I had to I had to be like it had to be so extreme, the connection between him and me, for me to really detach and do my own thing, because I was born with that anxious codependency, and
so
he's born with the fearful codependency, like he pushes love away.
and the controlling, yeah, especially as a camera. So I want to address a comment. Nikki said, how are people who are spiritually enlightened actually talking about twins, illusions, delusions? Come on, peace dealer, you know better. And that used to be me. That used to
Right.
be like
Right.
I can understand where you're coming from with that, because there's so much illusory,
Right. There's so
experiences
much
in this.
take on the internet that takes you away from the real true. Like, how do you explain that me and my twin were born at 9:11 a.m. and that's the twin flame number, both of
And
us?
even looking from the outside looking in, even all these synchronicities could still seem like coincidences to
Mm.
people who aren't necessarily tapped in. It's really an inner knowing. So I'm gonna address your question. How can people who are spiritually enlightened talk about twins? The twin flame experience is real, and I understand certain people are jaded because they might have believed in it in a while and they don't believe it anymore. I was there myself. Like
Right.
it's a lot to even kind of I think the best part about this story is nothing about it has been romantic to me. It's been very
No, it's not
hardcore,
romantic.
forcing me to really look at my toxic behavior and really understand my soul. So, like, I'm going to let you. It's this is going to be less popular. You're going to see the media like totally ostracized. At some point, the media will talk about twin flames, and they're going to make it look like it's
Crazy. It's
totally
crazy.
crazy. We're stupid, and I don't care what they say. Like, I am a twin flame. Period. I
Well,
know that.
they don't want us to come together with our person. And the other thing is like it isn't a journey for everybody. There isn't, not everybody has a twin flame. I mean, I personally believe that not everybody has a twin flame, because I think that our souls are all different ages. We're all, I think that the ones that were chosen to come together with their twin, or to have a twin flame, are at a spiritual, like their soul is at a certain age, and
Yeah.
they agreed to come into this life with that, having to have those lessons, you know?
And some people separate it too. Like, um, a twin flame is a karmic relationship, is a soulmate relationship.
Right.
So yeah, and someone said that less than 0.1% have a twin flame incarnate. I'm that less than
Right.
0.0001%. What's
That's
up?
that's
What's up? No one can tell
and
me
it's
I
I'm
know this.
grateful because
I know this.
I have become such I've come into my power. If I didn't meet this person, I wouldn't have, I wouldn't be who I am right now.
I love how you said it triggered your awakening.
He triggered my awakening 100% because you have this knowing of how much you love somebody, you don't even know them, and then it forces you, like you keep pushing at each other, away from each other, and you're like, well, what do I got to do? Like they mirror back all your shit.
But for those of you who are 100, and they really do.
Do.
Even the whole point of me being in college, like both of us have had to change majors, which is not the most, it's common for students to change
Right.
majors. But
Right.
like being set back in the years totally mirrored the fact that we're still both in school at our age, totally mirrored. But other than that, you know what I mean? Um, I still the way we're saying the language also is different because ultimately the true twin flame connection takes place on another dimension. Like I get that we're just avatars for it happening higher, but yeah, like for those of you who are sincere of walking this twin flame path, don't worry about who it is. You have to remember you are one. You have to bring
Right.
it back to yourself. You are. Don't worry about who you it is. Like we're focus on you as one. But
I I'm
oh,
sorry to interrupt you. I think that it's like, well, for example, like I don't believe that you can just manifest this type of relationship in, because
true.
I think that that's just my belief, because I have never had a boyfriend before. People are like, that's crazy. What does that even mean? Like,
I've never had a girlfriend before. That's
right. Oh,
why.
see? Like when
Yeah,
you're a twin flame,
yeah.
you just have this knowing when your soul, when you meet people, meet guys and get asked out, it's like this isn't it. Like but then where other people that are not as, spiritual, they'll have the 3D relationships, what looks like a relationship, and they'll be comfortable with that. That makes sense to them, right? It's like you
Yeah.
meet somebody, they look cute, okay, we're gonna be together. For me, it's like on a soul level, you're not right for me. On a soul level, it doesn't work. It doesn't match.
All right. My bad. I didn't
You're
expect
good.
to get
You're so
so
popular.
impassioned with this right now. I've
I can't
totally.
even see the chat. I can't see the feed or anything. I wish I could. Is there any questions? Like you know,
But
anyone have any questions?
yeah. Well, let's go down the let's go down the and I do want to iterate like the way that we're talking about it definitely puts labels because we're trying to put in words an etheric connection. So
Mm,
like definitely read between the lines
yeah.
of what we're saying. Like
Right.
it is going to contradict because I always say like you're not a twin flame, it's in a higher dimension, but this is our expression in the lower realm. So
Right.
that's why it sounds contradictory. But regardless though, definitely glad we were able to open up about this. I feel
Yeah.
like my heart opened up so much more.
Good. Yes, you're working on healing that. All
Like
those
definitely.
blockages.
let's let's pull cards for the zodiac
Let's
signs
do it. Let's do
perhaps.
it. Okay.
It's Taurus season, so we can have a general Taurus season message.
Okay. My Tauruses. My Tauruses. Taurus. 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 Hmm. Please give me cards for Taurus. One sec. Okay.
Venus is finally in Aries, so yeah, it is
Okay,
what it is.
Tauruses. I see you guys manifesting. I feel like a lot of you, it's your season now, right? So that energy's coming out. You're feeling powerful. You're gonna be feeling more in your element. Um, it came with the Nine of Pentacles upright. So I feel like a lot of you're slow moving in your moves, right? You know what you want. You take your time with things. You're very methodical with how you move about. I feel like there's been things that you've been manifesting and creating and thinking about from time. And you stepping into your knowing and not letting others tell you about yourself, and really you getting in the way of yourself, because a lot of the time that stubbornness can get in the way of a lot of things. You finding like a balance in that area of your life, the things that you really want are going to come back to you. And the advice that I give people is, if you are in that stubborn lower vibration of the sign, it's important to heal those things, because you block yourself from what you're trying to create. So with this manifesting card coming out here, it's like you have to um you have to recognize the things that are holding you back. Even if you're in this 9 of pentacles, like you're abundant, like there's still going to be areas for you to work on. Those are blockages from you really creating everything that you want in your life. You might be doing one well in one area, but you got to work on other areas to have everything that you want. So that's my advice for Taurus.
Oh, for actual Taurus. Okay, nice. Um,
Oh wow, what did you think I was giving reading to?
for all the signs for Taurus, but that's perfect.
Oh,
I could do Aries. We can
yeah,
do
do
that.
Aries.
Sweet.
I gotta know because I resonate more with Aries.
So Aries, we have the High Priestess, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. Starhawk said everyone wants to hear that an external love is coming, but it's got to come from within, and you can't fake yourself out and pretend to love yourself just to attract a real mate. That's facts. It won't work like
Facts.
that.
Facts.
But yeah, I see this as, especially you having an Aries moon. I feel like you'll definitely resonate with this. But Aries, it's like you're having to be patient with outside interference.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of your intuition, a lot of your awareness spiritually is not going to make sense to other people. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why the high priestess is very much so a private sign. It's hidden. Um, this is literally outside influences that are going to test your patience. And the key here is the Seven of Pentacles, literally having to just know that what you're feeling exists outside or is realer than the current reality you're in. And you don't want to let this scattered mind energy shake the inner knowing you have. Because you will come to a point where certain things seem like they're done for, but you're just kind of already at the you're already at the final place, so you just have to let it pass through and pass by. So definitely just be patient through it. In fact, I'm getting for you Aries, you're going to resolve arguments in this way too, whereas somebody could be very antagonistic towards you, but because you're staying true to your intuition, it resolves in that sense.
Wow. True.
Sweet.
True. Okay. So what are we on? I already did Taurus. Sorry,
you
I
could
jumped
do
in.
you, you could do Gemini and I'll do Cancer.
Gemini. Ooh, Gemini.
Go ahead.
Yo, crazy. I'm really going right now.
Yes, I got some little crazy in me.
Right. My little sister too. She's quite great. All right. Let's see here. Huh. Okay. So I feel like you guys have. This is in reverse. The Ten of Swords in reverse.
Oh, sick.
I don't know if that's your energy right now. You do have the Ten of Cups in reverse too.
Ten of Swords reverse is totally mine.
Sorry, that's your energy?
Yeah,
Oh, shoot. My bad.
I like the reverse better than the upright for
Ten
ten.
of Cups in reverse too.
Yeah,
Five of Wands in reverse. Got a lot of reversals. I don't really read reversals for the most part, but
me
Knight
neither.
of Pentacles upright. So I feel like you said, that outside interference. I feel like a lot of it is in your mind though. Like you're not you're not really making like, it's like you know what you want, but you're questioning yourself so much that it's like this slow Knight of Pentacles process for you to figure out really what it is you want. You're asking so many questions, and when you can really just come to like bringing the energy from your mind down to your heart space
Yeah.
really like calm your energy down, you're going to get answers. But I know with you guys, you're always trying to figure out every angle of everything. And that can kind of keep you in that 10 of swords energy. That can kind of keep you hurt and in pain, right? Because if you've gone through something in your life recently that was like a tower moment, or you got fired, or some big changes happened, or
Yeah.
you broke up with somebody, or they broke up with you, or whatever, I feel like you're holding yourself back in your healing process by trying to um figure it out. Instead, just
Yep.
like be at peace and bring that energy down, to your heart space. Like, what is it that you really want? Because you're in you're in the steering wheel of your life, right?
Yeah.
But I know that you always want to please people. You always want to make sure everybody's good. You got to bring the energy down your heart space, and you're gonna get the answers to move forward.
That was so accurate.
Really?
That was super accurate.
Whoop, whoop.
A lot in my head too. Yeah, no, that was beautiful. That was really beautiful.
Nice,
Um,
nice, nice.
I'm definitely gonna work on bringing it down into my heart space
You
then,
have to.
because it's definitely not the easiest.
No, because you have two people talking in your head.
Yeah, it's just hard not to make it such a mental thing, to where we go mental. But other than that, Cancer
Yes,
moon,
Cancer.
Cancer rising. Jesus Christ, Cancer, you get into the bag.
Are you Cancer rising?
I'm a progressed Cancer sun, but I'm a
Oh,
Taurus rising, actually.
oh, that's that masculine energy.
Yeah, I love my Taurus rising. It's amazing. It's very sturdy. So we
The
got the bottom
bag, the
part.
bag.
The bag, yes.
I got that
Cancer,
Cancer. No, I'm kidding.
you seem to be expediting your success. We have this is 11th house transit. We got the 8 of Wands in the world, so you're coming into quick completion, where all the hard work you've done is just going to catapult you into success. Um, I want to answer a question. If you transcend the 3D paradigm of reality, wouldn't you release the need to feel significant from others? Wouldn't you no longer be interested in physical appearance? And that's something I want to speak of, because some people are so woke, they forget you still need the 3D. Like, and I'm Gemini, I'm like super 3D, because that's
Mhm.
like the lower vibe. So it's like you're meant to live the 3D. You're meant to enjoy duality. Like, the pros and the cons. There's actually nothing wrong with being interested. Thank you so much, Eric. There's actually nothing wrong with being interested to feeling significant, or being interested in your physical appearance, because your ego is a part of you. The only thing that's wrong is being too 3D, being too
Mhm.
materialistic.
Right.
But some people think that they're supposed to just ascend out of 3D, which is a goal, but you're only ascending to connect as above, so below. You can't
Right.
have 5D without 3D. So that's just something to keep it, because some people will feel like, oh, I'm ascended out of 3D. I don't care about 3D issues. You forgot the reason why you're here in the first place, to
Trust
experience.
me, I wish that there wasn't all those 3D problems that we have.
I mean, you're a 12th house sun though, so that's totally more. I think it's different for Pisces and 12th house suns, because y'all are coming from another dimension, so it's
Oh
almost
my
harder.
gosh. I'm like, don't worry about the bill collectors. You're a millionaire. Like that's where I'm at. I'm like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. I'm a millionaire. Like, it's fine.
I feel you on that. I
You
feel you
know?
on that.
Right.
I think we're on Leo now.
Leo, Leo. Okay, let me pull for Leo.
Shout out to Eric. Thank you so much again, bro.
Leo. Okay. Let me see. One more shuffle. Hold on. My shuffle's a little like, I have tendonitis. I had tendonitis, so it's okay. So you guys got the 8 of Wands, the Knight of Cups,
Uh-oh.
the Ace of Wands, and the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. The Ace of Wands is in reverse as well. So, what I'm getting, I feel like there might be some. Has to do with love. You know, I think that there might have been something that's to do with a relationship or even career, passion, whatever your purpose working towards. Um, you might have been turned down in some sense, job, you know, you could have been relationship, maybe trying to move forward in your life. So you guys might be at a standstill. Like you might have offered something and it didn't go through with the Ace of Wands in reverse here. But I think that if you revisit it and you really see it from the higher perspective, you'll see that it didn't happen for a reason. You'll see that there was something uneven about it. There wasn't an equal give and take. Everything you want to do in your life, you want it to be balanced. And when you're moving fast in this 8 of Wands energy, you know, I know you guys are very passionate. The Knight of Cups would have been something to do with the heart, right? It's like you put your heart into this and it didn't go through. But seeing it from a higher perspective is understanding that it wasn't balanced and that you have to take your time when you're moving forward with things in your life. You have to maybe um, work out all the kinks properly, work out things in your life um, that needed more attention so that you can move forward in that direction. You know, universe isn't gonna bless you until you're ready. So sometimes we force things and then they backfire, right? Because you're not ready. So I would say really, really take your time at looking at what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go, and what you're trying to accomplish, and work out all the kinks. And then you can move forward. Universe will, you know, bless you when you're ready. It's for Leo.
I resonated with that a bit too. That's wild.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you have Leo in your chart?
Myself, no.
Oh,
Yeah. Um, Virgo, the critics. What we got for y'all?
they be in their head too, them Virgos.
Oh yeah, just hating on everybody.
Head trip.
uh, just nah. Analyzing rather. So we got the Three of Wands for you, Virgo. The Three of Wands is talking about Taurus season will be very enterprising and forward moving for you, because you're going to finally be taking action on long term goals, especially stuff that didn't work before. You're in a position now. The stuff you've been working for years are coming in, and you're getting hooked up. We got Temperance, Archangel Michael, literally the Page of Swords, and Wheel of Fortune. So there's someone who's been watching you coming into balance, and they're bringing in amazing luck their way. Temperance is providing balancing their life if it's been chaotic. So definitely expect unexpected positive shifts, because Taurus this season is definitely going to redirect your focus, hook you up with the right trajectory, and have you move forward amazingly, which is dope.
That's dope. Libra. We just had those 2 Libra moons, and let me tell you, like, it was like night and day from the shift of energy. It was like my codependency was completely cut off. Like any
Wow.
codependency that I had from the first Libra full moon to the second one was healed. Like, I don't know if any of you resonate with that, but my energy it's like night and day.
Yeah, I
And
feel you.
yeah, really coming into power. Those are the people that have worked on themselves and they're really recognizing our own shit, because really what it is us having to work on our own shit. Like, why are we holding what is holding you back? It's really us holding ourselves back at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
true that.
true. I know my setup is so whack, guys. I'm just, you know, balling on a budget here, so even though
We
I'm a
all
millionaire.
start from somewhere.
Oof. Libra, what's going on? Okay, not that bad. I see you have the 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles. That's what I'm talking about. That night and day energy from the full moon. Whatever happened, there could have been a heartbreak or disappointment in your life, right? It's
Mhm.
like with these full moons, there's a complete transformation of self. I don't really know any Libras, so I haven't talked to any. I don't, tell me if you're resonating with this, but there was something that must have happened. It could have been from time where you're healing from something, right? And it's like with this full moon energy, that is like the old self, and you're coming into this new abundance and awareness and what you deserve. You're knowing what you deserve, you knowing what you want. You don't want to be in this low vibrational energy more anymore. You want to be healing, you want to be working towards um creating this life, this 10 of pentacles, this finance, this balance, this love. And I feel like after the healing with whatever has gone down in your life, you might slowly be opening your heart up to what you want. But like I talk about all the time, when you are holding on to your past, you're blocking your future. So slowly moving out of that energy, you're going to get this 10 of pentacles. That's finances and abundance. You're
Beautiful.
blocking your abundance if you're staying in these low vibe energies here. So pull yourself out of that and realize that you deserve it. Whatever happened to you is in the past, and don't keep the past with you. You have to let your past go.
Scorpio, you got a couple extra cards that came out at once. um, we got the Knight of Swords. So this is talking about someone who's rushing into your life. They might even be pretty famous or influential because I got it with the Two of Wands and the Star. Oh my goddess, Misha, you looking like a whole meal. You looking like a whole full
Hot,
course
like
meal
hot.
right
All
now.
the energy in the
Damn.
chat. I'm like,
Oh, I'm trying to focus and pull these cards. Damn, what the hell?
sorry. It's freaking hot in my room. I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
All the energy you guys are giving me through this chat.
All right, let me gather my focus real quick. But yeah, so Scorpio, you've been going through a lot of anxiety because it's. I mean, you're you, Scorpio. You feel
Right.
deep emotions that are hard to process. Shout out to Philip Daniel Miles, another Capricorn. We're gonna have a talk tomorrow.
What
So
up,
good for that.
Capricorn?
But Scorpio, it's gonna be lit. See, Taurus is your seventh house of relationships. So I mean, you're getting it. Like this is literally you connecting with the one and really stepping into a very significant relationship. I know Scorpio is my seventh house. So I'm definitely excited about that. This is a lot of happiness. It's going to directly confront this anxiety. And I think it might be someone who you're on the surface incompatible with, but you're just meant to be together. And it doesn't have to be just romantic, but it's definitely aligning you to your purpose. And you have Uranus in your seventh right now with the Taurus sun. So yeah, it's definitely going to be awesome. Definitely looking forward to that.
Saggies. I've always been so fascinated with Saggies. My best friend's a Sag.
I love
And the thing is, I
Sagittarius.
have my Mars is Sag. Um, it's funny because I've been, yes, put your shades on.
Oh yes, you already know what time it is. When we talk about Sag, they shine. So you gotta.
That's the thing about Saggies is like, okay, because I was born with this codependency that I had to heal through, right? My best friend, she's a Sag and she's super detached. She was always in her power. So I always had myself to compare. And there shouldn't be any comparison, but if you have somebody who's healthy and whole in themselves, you're kind of like,
Yeah.
they're killing it. But then I've met so many Saggies and they're like that. That's just, they just be like that, very detached. They don't, they just want peace. Like they're like, nah, they want to have fun. I love that. I love that about Sag.
They're my favorite sign. Them
So
and
what would a my Mars Sag, what does that mean? That
it means you're super sexy and you're wild. You're super wild and you're adventurous. Actually, I don't even Mars and Sag is very vulgar. It's very freaky. So I'm gonna
wow,
save
that's
the
a
rest.
Capricorn too. Like we want to be the best at everything we do, I swear.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They shine bright. It's definitely like
Right.
yeah.
Okay, let me pull some Saggy cards here. All right.
Oh, I love me. I'm Mars and Aries. I love me, Mars and Sag. Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay. These are all reversal cards.
Damn.
Huh. Okay, so we have Six of Cups reversed, Eight of Wands reversed, Queen of Cups reversed, and the Eight of Cups upright. So you guys are like normally very detached, right? And I think that there could have been a soul connection or something that didn't phase you though, because you're walking away. Something in your life, see, being very detached as a Sag is like you're just you know that you're here on your own journey, and that's something that I really look up to Sag about. It's like you're here on your own journey, and that has nothing to do with other people. That's what keeps you very detached. So something didn't go through, or love interest maybe, and it's like you could have been disappointed or hurt about it for a second, but you're just in your Eight of Cups walking away. And sometimes this card for the most part could be walking away because of something really negative, but for this I'm getting it's like you're walking away because you're knowing your worth and you're not putting up with shit. And it's like that you bring what you bring to the table, and that whoever you want to end up with has to bring the same type of energy that you bring. You know what I'm saying? And you walking away is you just being like, I deserve better than this. Otherwise, I deserve better than this, or this person is gonna step up. You did get the Lover's card underneath that, so this was a partnership of some sort. I feel like you're walking away to your journey, understanding that you deserve better or that they're not ready. Yeah.
Damn, Capricorn. Um, Cap. Yeah, it looks like y'all winning. I'm gonna assume this applies to the moons too and the risings. Sure.
Yes, Caps.
Um, yeah, Cap. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is a very grounding influence. I'm trying to figure out if it's an actual person or if it's a quality, because you're definitely going to take what you're doing and stabilize it. We got the star card here too. But let's get to the actual cards. We have the death card. Your life, Pluto is transforming your life because the old is over and you're stepping into happiness with the sun. The 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups and the Sun and Capricorn card, assured material gain. It's like you're having that peak experience of love and finances, but this has everything to do with you dying to the old facet of yourself. Like, it's a part of your life is over, and that's because you're stepping in. And now in that sense, the Knight of Pentacles is very much so a happily ever after card because it's consistent and it's faithful and it's lit. And
Slow moving, but good.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, slow moving but good.
I resonate with that hardcore. That was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was great. Beautiful.
Word.
Uh,
That was our relationship. I just
right?
figured out. Amen.
Slow, progressive. Okay, so Pisces.
Shout out Sydney Freeman. Thank you for joining another Capricorn in the building. Oh,
Pisces.
you skipped Aquarius, but
Oh yeah,
you
Aquarius. My
should
bad.
do Pisces.
I gotta
I think
redo
maybe
that.
that was a Freudian if you want to.
Dude,
Maybe
no,
you're
I
meant to.
gotta Aquarius. I love my Aquarius.
Okay.
You know what's so funny? Like, okay, there's obviously good and bad of each sign. The low vibe stuff of Aquarius can be really annoying because it's like that victim mentality that they just want to keep themselves in, like the everyone's against me, like woe is me mentality.
I'm
But if
too
you
cool for everybody. What the hell?
what?
I'm too cool. I identify with the low vibe of Aqua because I can be that way too. It's like I'm smarter than everybody. Everyone else isn't knowledgeable enough, and they just don't get me because they're just not as smart as me. I get it. I get it.
I think that what it is, well, when it comes to Aquarius, is like they have such good heart and good intention, right? They want to like heal the world, so they'll give the shirt off their back. But they're expecting that other people are going to be the same towards them, and that's what really keeps them in the low vibe is because they don't understand that, like, you don't have to do for everybody because not everybody's going to do for you.
Yeah.
Right. And having that expectation from people can be painful when they don't reciprocate that type of energy back to them.
True.
And that's what keeps them in victim mentality. Because, oh, I did this for them. And, you know.
Sounds like Pisces too.
True. Okay, so let's do this. My Aquarius is. Huh. Oh, okay. So we have the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Three of Cups, the Devil card in reverse, and the King of Wands.
Wow.
Okay, so what I'm getting from this is, all right. What I'm getting from this is there could be people in your life that are, you know, the Three of Cups is, it's coming together with people, but I think that in this sense, there's like a toxicity or something in your life that is keeping you from moving forward. The Devil card's in reverse here, but I'm seeing it as it's affecting relationships outside of whatever relationship you're in or whatever your business you're trying to push forward in. And it's keeping you not necessarily stuck because things are still going to move forward with this Knight of Wands energy, but it's like you're affecting people that you're not realizing you're affecting by the keeping the toxicity around you. There could be things that you got to cut out, you know, habits that you got to cut out, behavioral patterns that you got to cut out, or just communicating with the right people because you might not be realizing who you're actually hurting or affecting. I don't know if that resonated with anyone, but that's just what I got.
I was distracted seeing your sexy face. I couldn't even. I swear I was trying to focus. I was like, wow. Okay. Um, yeah. See,
Yeah.
to me, it's games is coming off as mad corny, but I swear, I'm totally being honest. It is what it is, though. It is what it is.
You're all
Yeah.
Pisces.
Pisces. Here we go. Last but not least, let's get it. Um, all right. Yeah. Yeah. I got the same card. Okay. So, Pisces, we have the Nine of Swords. Your hands are covering your face because you're feeling the collective unconscious and you're trying to let people know the feelings that they're denying, and they're just denying it in front of you. They're not being honest. They're making you feel like you're delusional. I mean, there are some delusional Pisces out there, but even the delusional Pisces out there still are misunderstood. Like I totally get that in some sense. And you're dealing with processing other people's anxiety. Well, we also have the Ace of Swords, the Lovers, and the Hierophant. So you are,
That's positive.
yeah. And see,
That's
it's like
positive.
you may not really be aware of it because you're so focused on dealing with this anxiety. This is going to be a surprise to you. It's a new love, it's a new romantic situation or a new passionate situation that is real. I mean, whenever I see the Lovers card in Hierophant, that's marriage. And then the Ace of Cups here too, maybe a kid on the way. That's beautiful. Even if it's not like it's like pure new love, which is just super amazing.
My sister's Pisces, so that's resonating for me just because of her. So that's cool.
Hey man, that's what's up. That's really what's up. Let's pull one more card for everyone, like collective.
One more collective energy card. I mean, I can feel and know the energy that's going on right now. I think that people who are on a journey of self, right, which is most of the people that are watching your lives and most people that follow you, they're on the spiritual journey.
Yeah.
Wherever you're at in your journey, we're all at different places, right? You have to honor exactly where you're at. You know, you will be on your journey and you go through so much ups and downs to release old wounds, and those dark night of the souls, they come out of nowhere, right? It's like, this is a journey. You have to remember, this is a journey. It's never going to be a straight line. It's always going to be twists and turns. And with the energy in the planets right now, even though you're not seeing your manifestations, the things that you're working towards, things you're creating, like my music career, it's like I can't see anything right now. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do not allow your 3D reality to to keep you back from the manifestation, because you want to pull in what you're working towards right now. And this all these distractions in your life are happening right now for a reason, to keep you held back from what you're trying to pull in.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are in that boat, because whatever you're experiencing in your life right now could be really crazy, and you don't, maybe very unstable.
You're so psychic. You literally just read the cards I pulled.
For real?
Yeah, I might as well do them first because you
Yeah,
literally
go ahead, go ahead, go.
take the L. I got the Ten of Swords, which is like you need to take the L. Some of you are fighting against the ending of something that didn't work out, and it's really just got you screwed up. You need to take this L because you're gonna find out who's been taking advantage of your anxiety. Like once you stop focusing on what hasn't worked, you'll be able to see that there's someone and for a lot of cases, this person could be you. But I get the sense that there's someone taking advantage of you being in this position because you're focused on what hasn't worked, and you really accepting what hasn't worked will allow you to kind of push. Even though these are all negative seeming cards, they're ultimately positive because it's going to resolve this for good. And the Ten of Swords is saying that that difficult situation is over forever.
I just pulled the exact same cards, the energy.
Jesus Christ.
Literally. Like literally, I have the World card, the Nine of Wands, the Fool, and the Five of Swords. It's
Oh,
like the same. It's like really they're different cards, but it's the same energy. It's like the cycles have closed out. Like things are in divine order. Things are happening just as they're supposed to. The Nine of Wands is you being tired, exhausted of this journey that you're on. The Five of Swords being maybe you had to walk away from something that wasn't serving you anymore. You're feeling depleted, defeated, like you're just exhausted and tired, and you're like, when is this going to end? Like this energy we're experiencing, it's very tower moment energy. It's like the explosion has happened. You're like, what is this? Like, where am I going? Yet you know exactly what you want and where you're
yeah,
going, but you just can't see it.
yeah.
So walking away from whatever isn't serving you and just trusting that the universe has your back, that everything is happening just as it's supposed to in divine order, is gonna put you in that full energy. It's gonna propel you forward into your manifestation.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I love that you got the world too.
such a positive card.
Yeah, no, it's dope. Um, well, I mean, this is a really awesome talk. I didn't expect.
Yes, I'm about to put my music out, so you guys follow my Instagram. You
How
know,
can people reach you and contact you and get
yes.
services? And what
Okay,
services do you?
so I'm gonna put my Instagram. I mean, I guess I haven't given much to my own YouTube page. This page that I'm on right here, this is when I started my awakening in New York. I came to New York. I had like gone through the craziest tower moment, like the final karmic cycle that I had to learn to push me through my awakening. I had no money, nothing, and it sparked my awakening. So you're gonna see my journey on my videos of me sounding crazy, like because when you go through your awakening, you're just like talking so much and you're in so much like energy up here. And then that's why people think when you go through an awakening, people going through an awakening are crazy, because they're just speaking what they're thinking from their higher mind. Russell Brand, like all these people that seem crazy. So you're going to seem crazy when you're going through your awakening. Once you ground your energy, you're still in your higher mind. You can still have the same thoughts, but you just in your knowing of that you don't have to communicate everything. So through my awakening journey, you can see the videos of me and what I was experiencing through my journey. Hopefully those can help you if you're going through your awakening. And I'm going to put my Instagram on there. I'll put my email on there as well. I am also I'm also funding my own music career. With that unworthiness wound, it's really hard for empaths to receive, but I am in full knowing that if you want to donate to my channel, that would be amazing.
Right.
Help me get out the club, because I'm still working at the club. But yeah, so I'll put all that on there,
Yeah.
and I'll put my email as well. It's feelswithmish@gmail.com. If
Cool.
you would like to book a session with me, even if you just wanted to talk, session with me because I'm very good at helping people navigate through the wounds and the things that they're experiencing in their life and what the next step should be. And that's just been a gift of mine. If you wanted to have that session with me, I'll put my email up there and we can figure it out.
Beautiful. Make sure y'all hit her up. As you can see, she's nice with the cards. She's nice without the cards.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, much appreciated. Do you have any final word of advice for
Oh man.
people?
Yeah, I do. So, there's so many distractions around us, and that will keep us comparing our lives to others, and what should I do, where should I go, and especially those of you that know your purpose, do not be distracted by any of that. You should connect with self, because your self knows that that's you're connecting to something outside of you, right? And um, stay on your path. Do not get distracted, because right now is crucial. Right now is crucial for us to step into mission and step into power. For those of us that have a mission and a purpose here, it's like that energy is pushing us right into it, yet it's holding us back at the same time. The spiritual attack, the forces, the dark forces don't want you to step into your power. So do not get distracted. Stay in your knowing of who you are. It's very important. If you don't know yourself, there's work you still got to do on yourself. And, like I said, I'm here to help people awaken to their divinity. So if you need help just navigating through that last little bit, um, then hit me up.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Just like your lips. All right. Anyway, other than that, yeah, make sure y'all hit her up for real. I got her Instagram and her channel. Give her some subs. We got Philip Daniel tomorrow. We gonna talk about some esoteric greatness. And thank you so much, Misha. This is very healing.
Thank you. I really appreciate you. We go back and like I've seen you just grow and come into your power, and I'm like so excited for you, for what's coming to you, because you deserve it.
Much appreciated. All right. You
Bye
all
guys. Love
and
you all.
peace.
Bye.